Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. I see a bunch of my friends jumping on right now. So welcome to the NEESA May Madness webinar. This is Amber Arrington, and I just want to wait another moment till we can make sure we have a chance to get all of our friends on here. And good morning. Hi, Linda Reed. You guys can type questions in here that I can refer to throughout the webinar. So I'm going to just wait one more moment till we can make sure everybody has a chance to hop on here. And in the meantime, I'm going to launch this poll. Just give me one moment. Okay, let's launch this baby right here. Who is going to be at Lash Wars? It is in, I believe, 32 days in Las Vegas. So the answers are coming in here. Who's going to make it to Lash Wars Las Vegas in June? Me. Not this year. I'm so bummed. All right. Well, while you guys are answering that poll, again, I just want to say welcome to everybody else who's jumping on the webinar right now. I want to let you know we will be recording it, and a recorded version will be available for those who were not able to attend, or if you wanted to re-listen in on any of this. I'm so excited that I have a lot of our NEESA team on with us today. You're going to get to hear from them. We have Barbara Radigan, who is over legislation and regulation. We have Emily Lee, our executive director and director over Lash Wars. We have Tia Latrell McCormick, our vice president. And hopefully we'll get to hear from Ruby Lim, if she can make it on this morning as well, who is director of education and over LXP. So it's going to be fun to get to hear from a bunch of us today. So glad you guys would take a few minutes out of your morning to join us and see what's been going on with NEESA. Okay, let's take a look at this poll. Who's going to make it to Lash Wars this year in 32 days in Las Vegas? 60% of you say you're coming, and 40% say not this year. I'm so bummed. Well, we're going to be so excited to see you guys out there, whether you're competing, judging, sponsoring, or just coming to hang out with your Lash friends and network, rub shoulders. It's going to be a great time. It's going to be our second year, and this time it'll be our grand championship. So we're excited to see you guys out there and want you to come by and say hi, put faces to names. It's going to be great. Okay, well, let's get started. Good morning and a final welcome to you all. Welcome to the NEESA May Madness webinar. We just wanted to take a few minutes, maybe a little bit more than a few minutes, but bring you up to speed. For anybody who is here who may not already be a NEESA member, those who are existing members, we want to just let you know what we've been up to, what we're still working towards, and make sure that you're kept in the loop. So remember, with NEESA, we are coining the phrase that we don't just do lashes. We are eyelash extension professionals. And we're so grateful that you're all here today. What is NEESA? NEESA stands for the National Eyelash Education and Safety Association. You know what? Before I jump in, I was really rude to all my friends that are here. I want to unmute them real quick and just let them have a chance to say hi before we dive in. Barbara, Emily, Tia Latrell, I just wanted you to get to say hi to the group.
Hi.
We're glad to have everybody here. Okay, so back to the slide. What is NEESA? NEESA is the National Eyelash Education and Safety Association. Our mission statement is, the National Eyelash Education and Safety Association is dedicated to empowering and protecting the eyelash extension industry by encouraging a supportive eyelash community through progressive education, industry best practices, and utmost integrity. When was it formed? It was formed back in October 2013, but we officially launched it a year ago in March 2014. We've come a long way in this past year. We're so grateful to those of you who have become members, who have supported us, who have helped us, who continue to help us. We're doing good things over here. Who can be a member? Those who are eyelash artists can become a member of NEESA. We also extend membership to salons, spas, beauty schools, affiliates, and distributors and manufacturers. So what are the benefits to becoming a member of NEESA? These are what we're calling the top 10 benefits of NEESA membership. Number one, we're all agreeing to abide by a code of ethics. And you can find that on our website. I'm going to talk to you in a few minutes about our website, which we're really excited about. And our website provides members with industry updates and current information. Number three, NEESA provides education for the public, building consumer awareness. We realize how important it is to not only within our own community start referring to ourselves as eyelash extension professionals, but we want consumers to understand the difference between those that are just out there doing lashes and those who are licensed, certified, insured professionals who keep up on their continuing education and take this career path very seriously. As a member, you get to be part of the NEESA membership directory as well as the LashX Pro network. More information on LashX Pro to come later in the webinar. Discounts on insurance and products. Number six, NEESA's Professional Trainers Program. This is a program in development. We'll also touch on this today. Number seven, NEESA invests and contributes to industry-related medical technical research and development. We are definitely committed to putting the science behind what it is that we do. A lot of independent companies have their own research, but as an industry, we need to have that research backing what we're seeing that our standards are. Number eight, events and programs such as the Lash Fest Conference, Lash Wars competitions, and the LXP exam series. Number nine, up-to-date access to regulatory policies by location. Everything varies by state and by country, and we want to keep you up to date on that. And finally, your certificate of membership confirms your dedication to our industry, to industry excellence through continuing education, safety, and ethics. So we want to let you know that NEESA is actively working behind the scenes, always on exciting perks for its members. Some of them you already know, some of them are new that we are rolling out. We have discounts that we are forming for you through our educational partners. We have discounts on your liability insurance. We have discounts on your continuing education courses, for example. This is the first time that you guys get to hear this, but many of the education that it's coming and is going to be taking place before and after Lash Wars, these affiliates of ours are offering discounts to their classes to NEESA members. For example, Natalia, who is coming over from Russia or Ukraine, she's from Russia. And Irina, who is also coming over from Moscow, they are offering discounts to NEESA members. Perks such as the Eyelash magazine, who is the official publication of NEESA, have the ability to contribute editorially to what the content is in that magazine. We just really want to make this membership exciting and beneficial for you to be a member. And so we are working actively to get you those discounts and those perks. And stay tuned for those and how you can take advantage of those. So some people ask and say, I'm already licensed, I'm already certified, and I do lashes and I do a good job. Why do I need NEESA? Let me tell you why you need NEESA. NEESA is needed because we love our industry and we take our profession seriously. We don't just do lashes, we're eyelash extension professionals. And as I mentioned before, we're working to define what an eyelash extension professional is. We've taken a look at the existing problems within our industry, and we're creating or have created corresponding programs that help to solve them. And in what other way can we align ourselves with other eyelash extension professionals and receive educational and business support along with validation of our respective skill levels? The eyelash extension industry needs all of us who consider ourselves true eyelash extension professionals to join together as an association that supports its members through multiple programs and serves to inform the consumer. In this way, NEESA brings longevity to our individual career and to the industry as a whole. The bigger we grow, then the more power we have to negotiate discounts for our NEESA members. And NEESA and our industry, we just need you. So we hope that you will choose to become a member if you're not already. I want to let you know, those who are members of NEESA, when we send out our emails to the members, sometimes I know they're landing in spam. So check your spam folders. We did recently send out an email, and Eyelash Magazine is looking for some feedback from our members. They want to know what you're up to, where you're located, what ideas do you have, what new and exciting techniques are you working on. They want to see pictures of your work, and they want to use all of this in their magazine. So if you'd like to contribute to that and you'd like to be featured, if you check your email, you'll see how you can get that information over to the editors at Eyelash Magazine. What else about NEESA? Important to note that a lot of people get confused about what NEESA is and what we're doing. NEESA is neutral. We are unbiased. We do not endorse any one brand, education course, or product over the other. NEESA does not sell its own lash application products. NEESA does not offer its own training. We are a nonprofit professional trade association. We're based in Nevada. We have a board of directors and an MEC, which stands for Master Executive Committees, with multiple committees. So just a recap of what we've done since we launched last year, just over a year ago in 2014. We launched in March. We had the first non-brand specific eyelash extension competition within the International Beauty Show last June. Many of you were there, and it was a really, really great time and great experience. So we did that, and after doing that, IBS wanted to really partner with us. They invited us to New York City to do a pre-qualifying round, which we did this past March in 2015, and they invited us back to Las Vegas in June, which is where we're headed in just over a month. We launched our practical level 1 LXP silver exam, the practical portion, and shortly after we launched the silver online portion, we had Lash Fest in October of last year. We partnered with Creative Age for Eyelash Magazine. Again, they are the official publication of NEESA. And we've just had a lot of fun doing a lot of growing over the past year, and definitely could not have done it without you. Speaking of Lash Fest, we did have that in October of last year. We had a great time. We had lash artists out from all over the United States and all over Canada. In fact, I would say it was 50% Canada, 50% the United States. And we networked, we had education, we had business building classes, we had fun in our lash lounge pajama party. We just had a really good time rubbing shoulders. So we are looking at having our Lash Fest 2015 October of this year. We haven't released dates yet, but it will continue with a little different format. Lash Fest will be our annual meeting of the members, so specifically for NEESA members, as well as our annual board of directors meetings. But in addition to it having those official titles, there will be the networking, there will be the business building, and just a lot of fun. We kind of like to think of it as our NEESA family reunion. Let's all get together. Let's all learn from each other. Let's swap ideas. Let's talk about our industry. Let's decide how we're going to grow together. So details to come on Lash Fest 2015. Someone said that the slide wasn't changing for them. Are you guys seeing the slides change? when I flip from slide to slide? Anybody? No slide changing? That's so weird. Well, golly, you guys, I'm really sorry about that. I'm not sure what to do on my side, but I will figure out how to get it fixed before I release the recorded version. So I guess you'll just have to listen to us, and that's not quite as exciting, but I'm sorry about that, guys. Yeah, it still says May Madness webinar. Okay, let me see what else I can do here. All right. Well, I don't know what to say about that, guys. I'm very sorry. Let's continue on. Let's talk about the LXP exam series. And I'm not sure if Ruby made it on to talk about LXP, but I'm going to bring Tia Luttrell on with me in case she wants to add to any of this regarding the LXP. Hi, Tia Luttrell.
Hi there. How are you?
Doing fabulous. Fabulous. Well, except that everybody can't see the slides changing. Can you see them changing?
I can't see them changing, but maybe you can work on it while we give an update. What did you want me to talk about?
Well, I just wanted to let everybody know, who doesn't already, what the LXP exam series is, and why we have it, and what we've done so far, and where we are headed with it.
Well, the LXP exam was created by a group of industry professionals, all eyelash extensionists, who came together to basically agree and decide what industry best practices were and what we wanted the new standard in our industry to be as it pertains to safety, sanitation, sterilization, and just basically industry best practices. And we created a exam, which was the first that our industry had seen, that was available to all eyelash extension professionals who wanted to basically assess where they were and let the world know, and their fellow lash artists, as well as, there you go, it's changing, let their clients know that they had basic knowledge, intermediate knowledge, and advanced knowledge. And so we have our LXP Level 1 available now. I'm not sure that it is available online, but I believe that it is. I think it's available at test.com. If not, it will be shortly. And you see that certificate there. So what we're working on now is giving this LXP value. And we're working really hard to make sure that it's not just another certificate. So we have developed the LashX Pro Network, which is now live, and people are building their profiles. It's a great place for us to talk as LXP artists. And eventually, in a few months, we will roll out marketing to consumers, letting them know to not just find a lash artist, but to look for a LashX Pro. So if you're not already LXP certified, be it that you haven't taken your written or your practical, wrap that up. As soon as you do, you will get a code to enter the site and start building your profile and networking. So we will have a webinar and other information available to those who need specific information on the LashX Pro Network, but it's all coming full circle. So when it comes to the details of the exam, Ruby Lim would better speak to that, but on my side is the LashX Pro Network, and it's going really great. So if you're not in there already and you have finished your LXP exam, log in, and if you're having trouble with that, email us, and we will get you an access code, and you can start building your profile right away.
Awesome. Thank you. And while you were sharing, we figured out how to get that screen on so everybody can see our slides. So awesome. Great. Well, so the LXP exam series, many of you have already taken your practical. I believe we've had somewhere around 70 lash artists so far take their practical. But to my surprise, maybe only less than half of them have taken their written portion. So we definitely want to make sure that if you've taken your practical, contact lxp@neesa.org and say, I'm ready to take my online written. We'll make sure you get a study guide so that you can take that and complete this process for your level 1 certification. And once you've done that, you can become part of our LashX Pro network. So, and then again, levels 2 and 3 will be in development over the next little bit. Okay, I'm getting away from myself here. Let's go back.
Oh, Amber, can I interject one quick thing? What's really important to know is there's been a lot of feedback as to the accessibility of test sites. And going into this year and moving forward, we have completed our educational partnerships, and we are also accepting applications for those of you who want to become LXP admins in your state. RubyLim is accepting applications for that program. We will have a orientation 2 days prior to Lash Wars, and I believe through that weekend we will have another orientation available if you want to become an admin in your state. Please just let us know and we'll get the information out to you. And otherwise, we will have our educational partners will be resurrecting testing sites moving forward in all cities and all states. They're going to have admins all over the U.S. very shortly. So we should see a big change in the accessibility of taking your practical if that was an issue for you before.
Yes, thank you. And that's good. And that's what our members need is accessibility to take their practical. And especially, for now, for level 1, and then as we start to bridge into higher levels, they need to be able to get to their exam locations. Additionally, as you can see on the slide in front of you, coming soon will be lxpexam.com. So that will be their opportunity to go on and see where is the closest testing site to me, when is it available, and how can I get there? So they'll be able to have that as a resource as well. Okay, so that's where you can take it. That's what LXP Exam Series is. And I did just want to tease you guys with something exciting that we are working on, and that is the accreditation of our exam. So we'll talk about that in detail in time to come, but an accreditation of the LXP exam will make it that much more valuable and legitimate for our industry and for you. So the accreditation, the importance of accreditation for a professional certification program is because it provides impartial third-party validation that a program has met recognized national and international credentialing industry standards for development, implementation, and maintenance of certification programs. So we're excited to be working towards that and what that's going to mean for all of us and for this exam series. And so, administrators, Tia Luttrell talked about the NEESA certified LXP administrators, and that we are looking for those that would be interested in dedicating and donating their time and expertise to help spread this, this exam practical administration. So nominated trainers will need to meet a certain criteria and be interviewed by our Director of Education before being accepted. But once accepted, the LXP admin would be orientated, trained, and managed by the NEESA Director of Education or a staff member of ours that's assigned to oversee the admins. So certified LXP administrators can only conduct testing at official LXP testing sites under the supervision of the NEESA Director of Education. Official LXP testing sites may be hosted by educational partners or at NEESA events. So think about this. If you're interested in administering, and I know many of you are, see if you fit this criteria, that you would have a professional license according to your state and country regulations, that you maintain liability insurance, that you are a member of NEESA in good standing, that you have achieved your certified LXP silver credential, that you've been actively doing lashes for 2 years minimum, that you've been a trainer for 1 year minimum, and that you would be willing to participate in the LXP Administrator Orientation Workshop. If you're interested in this, please send your interest over to lxp@neesa.org. We talked about the LashX Pro Network. You guys, when you have a second, go pop on the lashxpro.com website. Start to see what's over there. What I'm super excited about this for, well, for many reasons. Number one, this will eventually be the first consumer-based network where consumers can find lash artists with certain skill levels in whatever city they're traveling to. But also, at this point, this is a wonderful networking opportunity for us as lash artists. You know, before we had Wake Up in Your Makeup, we had the forum, and now we have all these Facebook groups. And definitely heard some feedback about wishing that there was another platform for us to communicate through and on, especially those of us that are actually not necessarily beginners, but maybe we've been around for a while doing lashes and we want to be able to communicate with each other on that level. That's what we're going to find here in the LashX Pro Network. So take a look at that, and let's make sure we all get on there, get registered, and start communicating with each other on that platform. So now I'm so excited to turn a little bit of time over to Miss Barbara Radigan. Let me get over here and unmute you, Barbara, so that you can talk to us about what's going on the side of legislation and regulation. Barbara, how are you doing today? Sorry, now we're unmuted. Barbara, you there?
Hi, everybody. Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, welcome.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hi. Okay, good. Thank you for having me today, Amber, and thanks everybody for coming on here and listening to what we all have to say. I'm really excited to be part of NEESA, and I love working with these ladies that are so passionate about what they're doing for the industry. So what I do with NEESA is I am in charge of the legislation portion of what NEESA is doing. Basically, what my job is to provide information and ideas to the board on different ways that we can change the lack of regulation in the lash industry today. What we're working towards is to find a better way to regulate the industry so that we're held by certain standards in the United States, and I know it's a little bit different in Canada, but at least in the United States, to where we're having to have the same types of guidelines that you do when you're a licensed professional for esthetician or cosmetology. The lack of this, something that we're finding through this process of trying to figure out what we're going to do to change the legislation state to state, is that we're noticing that there seems to be a lack of a specific definition for the lash extension process for professionals. And it really is a pressing issue when we're speaking with different state boards in our own communities. So, like for instance, in California, that's kind of where my research is starting because I am in California, that there isn't a differentiation towards the definition that we have for professional lash extensions as opposed to the definition for the application of false lashes, and that's included in the majority of the state boards services that are regulated. The lash application process is usually listed under licensed cosmetologists and estheticians, but it's obviously applied by makeup artists, other non-licensed individuals. When you go to the department store, you know, companies such as MAC will be applying lashes. And it's a much more simpler process than what we're doing with lash extensions, obviously. So what we believe is that if we're able to differentiate a professional lash extension process from the application of false lashes, this will allow the state board to regulate the industry more effectively. So what does that mean for us? We believe once we get a exact definition, which we've been working on, and I'll go over the definition that we've you know, basically made a decision at this point that we're going to be going with. We want to be able to change the definition and then take that into a bill where we can make that change, you know, starting with probably the first state in California. With that differentiation, that should be listed under licensed estheticians, and cosmetologists will be able to apply the professional eyelash extensions. And this doesn't mean that we're not looking at other options, such as the specialty license or anything like that. But right now, this is what we're gearing towards as far as a pro-license organization. The definition that we've come up with so far, and we wanted to include everything, every aspect of the process, is the definition of eyelash extension professional is attaching one or a group of single fiber extensions without pre-applied adhesive onto another person's isolated natural lash with the use of a cyanoacrylate adhesive to extend and increase the length and width for compensation intended to last more than 2 weeks. We're always open to other people coming in within the organization to, add some information for us, or to talk to us about differences, different things that they might want to add to the definition. We're always open to getting different types of information from you guys. You guys are the members, so we want to hear from you. I especially want to hear from you. I think the legislation is such an important part that we really need to come together and figure out what's going to work the best for the entire industry. I can't do that alone. We can't do that alone. We need you guys to participate in that too. What I'd like to see is I'm going to be at the show in June, the IBS show in Vegas. I'm going to be talking to most of you, I hope, if you're going to be there, and other professionals about working with me in your own states in changing regulations and working with me on providing bills that we can get passed in your states that you feel you're in the same position that we are, that you believe that it's a pro-license situation where we want to regulate the industry so that the public is safe, so that we are elevating the professionalism of the industry. We're not having clients that are having issues with their eyes, scratched corneas, infections, things like that, because that's only going to hurt the industry as a whole. One, it could create an issue if somebody was to get very hurt, and I hate to say something as serious as blindness, but you just never know what could happen, or if somebody dropped a tweezer in somebody's eye or something like that, we could see our industry go away, and we wouldn't want something like that to happen. So we feel very positive about moving forward and making this an industry that is much more professional than what it is now. So at the show, and it doesn't just have to be at the show, if anybody would like to email me about wanting to be an advocate for their own state, there's two different types of persons that I'm looking for. One, I'm looking for a state advisor. So this would be somebody that would be able to take the time to work with me directly on working with other individuals in their area on spreading the word on pro-licensing for their state. Working with me also in their local governments to advocate pro-licensing only for lash extension application, and then also begin an outreach in your area to educate lash professionals about NEESA and about what we're doing with legislation. I'm also going to be looking for local advocates, and these are going to be people that can give me feedback on concerns within the lash industry, possibly hold meetings at your place of business with like-minded lash artists in your area, and also working with your state leader or state advisor to support educational and licensed pro campaigns. So we have a lot of stuff going on right now. Obviously, we want to get your feedback. I will be in Vegas. Anybody that wants to come and talk to me about either becoming a state advisor or a local advocate, or if you have questions or feedback for me, different ideas. I love to work with other people. I'm not a standalone kind of person. I love feedback. I love questions. I love answering questions. I love asking questions. So I'm hoping that many of you will be interested in working with me on this. I also would like right now to open up this to anybody that has questions right now. Hopefully I'll be able to answer them for you. If not, I can definitely get back to you at a later time. But if anybody has any questions for me right now, I'd love to go ahead and get those answered for you. So I'll just give about 30 seconds to just kind of wait and see if anybody has any questions. And you can, I'm assuming you can type the question in on your side. I could be wrong. Am I wrong, Amber?
No, you know what, Barbara? Everybody is muted, so they can't speak. But they could, if they have a pressing question, they can type it in.
Right.
I don't know if you can see it, but I can see it, and I can
see it.
Okay. So, okay. So Sarah, and I just want to say, then the remaining questions are going to be better directed specifically to Barbara. If you email legislation@neesa.org, we'll have a separate webinar just on this topic. So, but Sarah Pennington, she said, to be clear, the goal here is to have separate licenses just for eyelash extension professionals.
So that's what, with a separate license, that is a lash extension license, and something like we've seen in Texas and a bill that they're trying to get passed in Illinois. It's not that we're opposed to that specialty license. I think in the meetings that we've had with the directors of NEESA, we're gearing a little bit more towards just including the new definition for licensed estheticians and cosmetologists, having that to be encompassed under those umbrellas. And in order to do the lash extension application, you need to be a licensed esthetician or cosmetologist moving forward. That doesn't mean that there won't be grandfathering for people that have been doing lashes for a certain amount of time. There's still a lot more to be discussed in regards to this. We don't want to jump the gun and just start putting out what we've seen before. We want to provide the best option for the public and the professionals that's going to make sense, not just right now, but make sense for the next 20, 30, 40 years. So we're not opposed to it, but right now I think we're moving a little bit more towards just having it encompassed in the esthetician and cosmetology licensing.
Hopefully that's cleared it up a little bit for you, Sarah, and for everybody else listening. I know there's a lot of discussion on the difference between, well, shouldn't, a specialty license versus no license versus licensing under, having it fall under aesthetics and cosmetology. So thank you for trying to clarify what our stance is right now, Barbara.
No problem.
So, okay, Barbara, is that a wrap for what you have for us today?
Yeah, I think for the most part, yeah, unless you want me to talk about anything else.
I think that was a good summary, and this topic deserves its own webinar for sure.
Great.
So thank you so much for taking time to come out and share with us, and we love and appreciate all that you're doing on your end. This is so important, and a special few are going to take the time to really focus on actual change. So we're grateful for those of you that are dedicating your hearts and your time to trying to really see change in regards to regulation and legislation. Okay, Barbara, well, thank you so much. I'm so glad you're going to be there with us at Lash Wars, and everybody can come and meet you and talk to you a little bit more. I'm going to just, thank you, Barbara. Okay, guys, moving along. Oh, I just wanted to mention this. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but can you guys hear me okay? Somebody give me a yay or nay over here, because my sound just got funny on me. Yes. Okay, cool. Thank you. I want to talk about NEESA professional trainers. Again, this is a program in development, but we have a lot of eyelash extension professionals that do their own boutique training or that train for other companies, but especially those that do their own training. They want to be able to work with NEESA, and they want to be able to train by NEESA standards and protocols. And we want to let you know that we've heard you, and we are working on that program for you. So if you are an independent trainer or a smaller company with less than 5 trainers, we have a program we're working on that would allow you to teach to NEESA standards as long as you're agreeing to abide by the NEESA Code of Ethics and best practices for trainers. You would attend a NEESA Professional Trainers Workshop. NEESA would review your curriculum and make sure it's up to the standards. You would have the ability to purchase the LXP student workbooks, which are going to be released here to touch and feel in the next month. And so that would be used to complement your existing curriculum, and then it would help you to be able to bridge your students into NEESA and prepare them for LXP exam as you're already teaching from your curriculum. Then your student would get a discount to become a member of NEESA and in turn take their LXP exam. So if you are interested, I'm just working on an interest list. If you've already emailed us on this before, please do it one more time. I want to get this list going so we can contact you when we're ready to really launch this program. You can email me at aa@neesa.org if you're interested in becoming a NEESA professional trainer. And now I would like to turn a few minutes over to the wonderful and fabulous Miss Emily Lee for a quick update on all things Lash Wars. How are you, Emily?
Hi, I'm doing well, thanks.
Well, welcome. Yeah, we can hear you. What's going on in the Lash Wars world?
What's going on? We are in like the thick of all the planning right now with Lash Wars. There's it doesn't look like there's a lot going on the surface because it's all like the paperwork and all the boring stuff that nobody wants to see but has to be done. But we are happy that Classic and Volume is full. There are still, a couple spots available for Fantasy if you're still thinking of competing and you haven't yet. So if you are thinking about it and you're on the fence, you want to get on that. For those who don't want to compete just yet and want to come watch, we'll be happy to have you come watch. We'll have, some awesome things going on at our NEESA booth, and you'll be able to cheer on your favorite competitors. So far, we have announced 4 of our judges, and we have been releasing a video every Monday on social media to announce who our judges are. So I haven't announced the one for today yet, but that will be going up later on today. So far, if you've missed any of them, we have introduced Loretta, Natalia, Lenine, and Irina as 4 of our judges so far. We're so excited about our judges this year. I mean, last year we had awesome judges as well. It just keeps getting better and better. We have quite a few more judges this year than we did last year, but it's going to be great, and I'm very, very excited about meeting everyone and seeing everybody there. The pre-qualifying rounds went smoothly, and it was kind of what we expected to happen. It was great. We saw some great talent. I can't wait to see what happens in Vegas and how much better everybody will be by then. And you did touch on some of the classes. Some of the judges that are coming from overseas are going to be having classes around the Vegas IBS schedule, and a couple of them I've heard from so far. Natalia is having a class in Seattle as well as in Vegas. Her Seattle class is June 12th, and her Vegas class is June 19th, and she has generously offered NEESA members in good standing $50 off her course. And Irina is having a class on the 18th and 19th of June in Vegas, and she is offering 10% off her courses for NEESA members in good standing as well. So if you have your certificate, you're going to have to prove that you're a NEESA member in good standing to whoever is organizing the class. But this is a great way to get some education while you're there and get a good deal just for being a member. So that's all I've got so far. If anybody has any questions about the dates or what's going on where, the first day will be the volume competition. There's 2 sessions, morning and afternoon, And then on the second day, which is the Sunday, in the morning we are having the first group of classic, and in the afternoon we are having the fantasy competition. And on the Monday morning, we are having the second group of classic compete, followed by the award ceremony. So even if you can't make it to watch all the competitions, you can still come out to the award ceremony and see who placed and celebrate with everybody. And that's all I've got for you for now. Everything else we still have kind of in the works. Can you think of anything else that I've missed, Amber?
Hey, Emily, I have a question some other people might have a question about. In regards to fantasy, our theme is Mardi Gras, yeah?
Yes.
So does that mean that everybody that's doing a fantasy model will be decorating in a fantasy theme?
If there are points for being on theme, so everybody who is competing, it's in their best interest to decorate their model in a Mardi Gras theme. Otherwise, they will lose points for being out of category.
Got it. Yeah, I just wanted to clarify that. You know, you can see our Mardi Gras themed NEESA or Lash Wars logo there on the bottom, and our Mardi Gras girl in this picture here for fantasy. And I just wanted to help clarify that what was going on with that Mardi Gras theme. So that's going to be great, Emily. You're working so hard for us as our competition director, and we appreciate you so much. We're so excited about this year.
Thank you. And I forgot to mention that the fantasy is in teams this year. So the competitors will be in teams of 2, and they are working on a live model. So it will be very exciting, and it'll be very visually dynamic. And if anybody wants any more information on Lash Wars that I haven't mentioned, official rules, things like that, they can visit our website at www.lashwars.com, and that has much of our information that I haven't even mentioned.
Awesome. And I just want to add to that, because this is so different from last year. Like you said, they're working on live models. So what would happen if you did want to get in there and compete in fantasy? If you're an eyelash extension professional, that's great. You would need to team up with another beauty professional, be it another lash artist, a makeup artist, a hairstylist, because you're, as a team, incorporating hair, makeup, lashes, costume, you know, the whole shebang. And like Emily said, it is visually very exciting. What they were doing in New York just made me jump up and down. So you guys are going to have fun watching it. And if you might want to compete, take a chance on it and throw yourself into the ring and come out and compete in fantasy. All right, Emily, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Okay, guys, we're almost done. I wanted to keep this to an hour for you. So let's just take a moment and give a shout out to, we've officially put into place educational partners for NEESA for 2015-2016. Tia Luttrell, you want to say just a word on this? Just introduce them.
Absolutely. So we have finished our educational partners for our Educational Partner Alliance for 2015-2016. We are really grateful and excited to have the partners that we do, because they each bring something different to the board. Minky is, you know, we all know them. They're US based, and they have a trainers network that is growing daily. They also have a lot of alliances outside and partners of their own, such as fitness companies, and they're just expanding by leaps and bounds. So we're really excited to have the chance to work with them on their curriculum and their training, and making sure that they are promoting industry best practices, safety, sanitation, and they have been amazing to work with. 3D is a leader in permanent cosmetics and has been for the last 25 years. They too distribute and manufacture eyelash extensions, but what we love about them is their ability to produce and manufacture anything. They have come to the table as a partner for NEESA to basically listen to what our members say they need and what they want. When we did a workshop in New York, they were able to custom build sets for all of our students to work with. So we appreciate their power as a manufacturer, and it's going to be a wonderful asset to the NEESA body. And Lashia is going to be our international partner. They will be expanding to Norway, Finland, Sweden, and they have an academy as well as a brand. So we are excited for them to take the NEESA brand and our whole branding and safety, sanitation, all of our things to. Can you guys hear me? Because I'm breaking up. It's like, can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, I'm getting a bit of an echo. But we're just grateful for them because they're going to expand the NEESA brand international. So we're excited for what's in store with our educational partners. One of the commitments that they make to us is that during the training process, they will use the NEESA Safety and Standards Handbook, and their students will then take their LXP exams and bridge into NEESA. So we're looking forward to getting very educated, sound, newly trained professionals into the NEESA membership.
Fabulous. I'm sorry, did I cut you off?
No, it's just all very exciting. There's a lot to talk about when it comes to educational partners, and they are offering so many discounts, especially on training products. You'll see a big presence from them at Lash Wars this year. And so if anyone is interested in training or continuing education, be it permanent cosmetics, a lot of our members are branching out of doing lashes into brows, and 3D is amazing, and they have a lot of training programs for that. And so we just have a little bit of everything that our members have shown interest in, and so we're really grateful and excited for them to team up with us in this next calendar year.
Okay, thank you so much, Tia Luttrell. Yes, we have some great educational partners. What I love about these companies is that they are all open-minded, humble, but successful and progressive companies. They want to do right by this industry, and they're willing to make any strides necessary to raise their game. And that's what we want as NEESA, is to bring that standard up, and they are going to partner with us to do that. So we think we found some really great partners. We're excited about them and hope you'll get to know their companies as well. Okay, so we did have one question come through. I just want to shout out real quick. It was about Lash Wars. Is the awards ceremony going to be at IBS, or is there another after party at another location this year? So this year is different. We have competitions all 3 days. Last year we only had competitions for 2 days. For that and other reasons, our award ceremony will be on site at IBS on the 3rd day. So it will not be off site like it was last year at the Rumor Boutique Hotel. So just wanted to answer that question. Okay, just want to wrap it up for you guys. If you're interested in serving on a committee or getting in a leadership position or working with us, here are the ways that you can connect with our different programs and directors of our programs. So for anything having to do with LXP, you can email lxp@neesa.org. Lash Wars is lashwars@neesa.org. Anything to do with legislation is legislation@neesa.org. Anything to do with membership, if there's something that you wish you had as a member that we are not yet providing, or any ideas, or you want to help in membership, email membership@neesa.org. Anything to do with sponsorship, educational partnerships, it's tm@neesa.org. For NEESA professional trainers, aa@neesa.org. Any general questions can always go to info@neesa.org. I want to let you guys know something that we're so excited about. We just launched our brand new revamped NEESA website this morning. So please go check out NEESA.org this morning. see what's new on the website. It looks beautiful. They've done a great job, and I'm really proud of it. Some of you may or may not realize that you've hit your year mark with NEESA, and it's time to renew. So we hope that you will renew with us. We hope that we can keep giving you value and that you will keep supporting us and believing in us. You cannot yet go on there and renew your membership, but in the next 48 hours, you will be able to complete your renewals. And so look out for an email about that. But definitely go over and check out NEESA.org. So before I let you go, just a quick little question here. Here we go, just for funsies, because people have been asking, which NEESA members are looking forward to going to Lash Fest this year? Just want the details, but I want to. If it's in Old Town Scottsdale again, I'm in. I have other plans, so it's a no-go. What is Lash Fest? Let's see what you have to say about that. If you're saying what is Lash Fest, then you didn't come last year, or maybe you missed that part of our webinar early on. But basically, it's the annual meeting of the members and annual meeting of the board of directors, and it will be a chance for networking, business building, and kind of like a lash bash with each other as members of NEESA. So details to come on that, but I just wanted to see who was really interested in attending in October. So 84% of you say you're waiting for the deets, but you want to. So awesome, you guys. Look for details on that to come. Well, we definitely appreciate your time with us this morning. You're going to see a survey come across at the end of the webinar and to your email. We want to do these webinars with you. We want to keep you informed, and this is a great way to do it, but we don't want to, bog you down with them. So we wanted to get your feedback. How often would you like to see the webinars happening? So take a peek at that quick survey when we end. But we just appreciate you guys. Thank you for coming out. Stay in touch with us. We hope to see you out at Lash Wars. And we just hope you have the best day ever. Thanks so much, you guys. That's a wrap.